comfortable, and get comfortable, everybody. Get a glass of water, move it away from your device. If you're using a tablet or a phone, or just a desktop, a laptop or a desktop, just get comfortable. Everything is being recorded. You'll always be able to contact us in between these tech classes, which are once a month. So it's suggested if we go through different changes or different things we can do on your computer or your phone, that you might not want to necessarily have to follow us in real time and click as we're clicking, because you'll be able to do that, when times are a little slower, and you can review the video. Because some of these changes change things, and for the better, but sometimes things change. So we want to go slow with that. We're here for you in between. I'll put our email and our 800 number in the chat. Mom's Computer is here for you in between classes for any issues or anything that comes up. Certainly, if you have any worries about scams, you can ask if that's right or wrong. Ray and I are here always to answer your questions. Here are topics. Number one, how to take a screenshot. A basic, easy way to gather information quickly and utilize your device, whether it's your laptop or your desktop computer, Windows or Mac, a smartphone or a tablet. Whatever you see on that screen, if you want to keep that information quickly, and you want to take a quick picture of it, you can take a screenshot of that. That's really good when it comes to your text messages. Text messages are hard to transfer and save between devices. If you have some important text messages on your phone, you can take a screenshot of those and then have those saved. And those screenshots, by the way, have a timestamp. So it could be admissible for an insurance thing or so on and so forth. Sort of an important tool. Next is a little fun thing, and this sort of just became legal. You have an address, you have your home address, you have your social security number, Lacers has an account number for you, your health insurance, so on and so forth. Your device, you might call it, hey, that's my MacBook, or that's my phone, or that's my Android, but it has an IP number attached to it. That is a number attached to it. Whenever you go anywhere and type in anything or click an app, the people receiving that, the information you're getting, you're going to Amazon, so on and so forth, receives your IP address. Well, now you can take a peek at it, and I'll show you. You can all do it pretty easy to see what your unique IP address is and why that's important. This next one came up from suggestions. Calendar confusion. We all have calendars. Some of them are attached to Google, some are attached to Apple, some are attached to Microsoft Outlook. And hard sometimes to cross informationalize those between devices. So if you're putting a calendar event in while you're out, it can show up in your home calendar. We're also going to show you, or we get further in here, how you can go to a Lacers Well event, for example, tech class, and make it recurring as we're recurring, and set it up in your calendar to be a recurring event. For me, it's just when I finally wrap my mind around it, all this calendars and these confusions, because it is confusing, it's helped me to see exactly where things are and where they're going. Google Goodies. I don't know if you've used the Google Goodies. Google Goodies, how to use the Google Translate app. It is so fantastic. For some reason here at Mom's Computer, we've been getting more calls from countries that just don't speak English. And, so many times I can just use that Translate app to get through. I'll show you that. And there's another thing. Google Chrome, for those of you that use Google Chrome, updates. It needs an update like anything else. We're going to show you how to find that secret place to check if you're updated in your Google Chrome app. It's a great idea to stay updated, especially in apps, because those updates contain security protocols which block bad things. The next one we'll try to touch on, online accounting software. Just a little intro into QuickBooks Online and other accounting softwares. If you're someone that gets up and you say, let me check my bank account, then the credit card, and maybe the mortgage, or maybe the other 2 accounts or 3 accounts, and you're going to 4 or 5 websites, you can put that into one place and aggregate that. And that one place is called QuickBooks Online. There's also a video on the Lacers YouTube page right now about this, with me giving you a little bit of more information. Scam busters. Scams have been on fire lately. I don't know about you, but they've been on fire. I have LADWP scams have called me, and Google scams, and they've just been so real and so good and so malicious.
I just got a Bank of America scam, and I'm not Bank of America.
Yeah, and I just find they've been really on fire. So we'll talk about that. Quick little note at the end, back to school, Amazon Prime Day. If you're going to buy somebody you love some tech for the new year, now's the time to start looking. I know it's like hard to believe. But now's the time with the way things are moving to start thinking about what you want to replace for yourself or somebody you care about. We'll have telemedicine stories from the group. I actually had a doctor's appointment online. I'll tell you how it went and what you can all expect and your experiences. And then, actually, these will be July topics. We'll do our Tech Jeopardy. I have 3 juicy questions that's only the Lacers folks could crack. This is going to be like the Fort Knox of tech questions. And the prizes will include t-shirts or Amazon gift prize cards for those that have won t-shirts already. And then we'll do some more information. So with that, I'm going to stop my screen share. And before I begin, is anybody's computer on fire? Does anybody have any pressing giant thing? Can they see us on Zoom well? Can you mute and unmute yourself?
There's a question in the chat from Sally. She
The
said,
IP.
what does IP stand for?
This is where we get
IP.
IP. Let's start with this right away, because this is a little fun thing nobody knows. Whatever you're coming from now has a number. You're a number. Your computer's a number as well. IP means Internet Protocol. And I'm going to share my screen again. We'll skip the very first topic. And we'll move on. We'll get to the.
Well, Gloria Coleman has a an important question, but
Just saw that someone had sent emails.
yeah, looks like someone got into her Outlook.
Yeah, you have to Gloria, we'll get to that, but that means you have to go into your Outlook email account and change your
password right away.
Right away. Do the forgot password protocol.
Change password right away.
Right away. That means somebody somehow got the password. So that's the first step. Share screen. So I'm opening, in this case, Google Chrome page. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm zooming from a MacBook Pro. I have a MacBook Pro here. I'm typing in the search bar on the very top. What is my IP? I'm clicking that, and there Google is reading for me my public IP address. That is so, by the way, folks, those concerned about security, that is so too easy to see. That is so public. That is my public IP. You can track this to a chip inside of my computer or my phone or my tablet or my laptop or desktop.
When your computer talks to the internet, that's one of the first bits of information it spits out. So whoever your provider is, they know like what computer that is. So if you're always wondering, watching like those crime videos, like how do they find that guy on that computer? Usually it's that.
For example, you ever go to a forgot password page, and you type in 3 times the wrong password and it stops you and you have to go back again? The reason it knows there's been 3 failed attempts, it's not reading each password. It's saying from that IP address from Noreen's computer, there's been 3 attempts or 5 attempts from that IP address.
Yeah.
What's the important of all this? You know, I just think there's no really daily thing you can do. What something called a VPN does, maybe you've heard that word, it gives somebody a portal that they can use where they don't have a internet protocol number. So the person gets a VPN, they integrate that VPN, and then means your browser is connected to another browser on a cloud, which has a mysterious VPN. So I don't use that stuff. I really don't know the need unless you're some really heavy financial stuff. But I haven't found the need for that. But your IP number is public. And I guess if there's any moral lesson to this, any scam related help or moral lesson, is that just like anywhere you go in life, wherever you go to on that internet, it's recorded. If you decide to just randomly click a link, your IP is just being recorded.
Yeah, your IP address is sent.
So just like anything, you want to not limit yourself. The internet's, the awesomeness of it is that you can go anywhere in the world, on your computer, but you want to be thoughtful about what you type in there, because whatever neighborhood you land in, whether you type it in by mistake or you're taking a chance, your IP address is known. So put that in your paw, just think the same way as anything else, that you are out there. Now, IP's address, so if you have a computer and you buy a new computer, you'll have a different IP address. So here's something. So you have your IP address, you've looked at, anybody look it up? Anybody type in what's my IP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see your IP?
Yes.
So what you could do now is if you have that IP and you want to save it and know that that's the one related, if that's important, you can take a screenshot of that. Who takes screenshots on their computers?
All the time.
Everybody. So yeah, who doesn't know what it is?
I know what it is, but I don't know how to use it.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'm
Novella doesn't
learning.
know. Was that Ralph that knows what it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
And-
I'm learning.
okay, there's Miss Moore. And Ralph and
Well,
Novella.
I know what it is and don't know how to use it either.
So of our, Irene, I see your hand up. You are muted, or yes, Irene, you're muted presently.
So how would I pull it up on my computer?
We're gonna get to that. So Irene, was yours a screenshot question?
Yes, I was gonna say, I didn't even know that you can screenshot the computer. How do you do that?
That's
You know,
great.
it's so cool. You know, Ray, when I think of some of these topics, sometimes I think of things like I say, oh, nobody's gonna want to learn that.
I
It's
use
so
that-
simple, but it's like the most important thing in the world.
I
It's
use
so
screen
cool.
capture constantly. I'll tell you guys what I do all the time, because I'll like buy something and it'll say like at the end of the purchase, it'll say like print your receipt, right? Like I don't have a printer next to my computer. I don't. I screenshot that window and then I put it in a thing that's, oh, here's my I have a little file that has like a bunch of screenshots of receipts for like
Wow, I do
dinner
it all the
stuff,
time.
or I mean for clothing. I show my wife how to do it. She's like, I don't want to print out the receipt. I'm like, well, they'll email it to you, but if you just want it in a little file in your computer, just do this combination of keys and it'll take a snapshot of that window with the receipt from Amazon and it'll save it, and you'll be able to see all the numbers right away.
Let's go live on this.
That's great.
Who is a Windows person? Ralph, are you Windows? Novella, you Windows? Who's
Yeah.
Windows?
Oh,
I use
Ethan,
Windows.
Ms. Moore is Windows. Okay, so let's start because I know Ray has a PC.
I don't even know.
A Mac. I have a PC here. I'm going to share
I don't even know what Windows is. What is that word?
Windows.
I do a
Yeah.
lot of typing.
Overnight.
I do a lot of typing and copying in Windows on my computer.
We're going to go there right now. Let me go. Jeanette, you have a question while I'm going to my example here?
I just wanted to say that I have an example of needing to know how to do a screenshot yesterday. I was giving blood for Red Cross and filling out a form on their online thing. And so then they wanted a printout, but of course I didn't have one because I was standing right in front of them. So they asked me to do a screenshot to save it so that they could scan a QR code on my phone. So yeah, it's great.
All right, folks, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay, hold on, let me just do something here. All right,
Yes,
so
we-
I'm
we
on my
heard you,
Windows
Jeanette.
computer here. And I'm on my Windows desktop, could be Windows 11 or 10, and we're gonna go to how to screenshot something and what exactly that is in real time. And so I'm gonna open, for example, Google Chrome. I will go to lacers.org. And say I'm here at lacers.org and I'm looking to lacers.org, and all I really want here is this information. See on the very bottom, the phone number and this right here.
Yes.
I just want to keep that. That's really all I really need. I want to write it down. So I'm going to take a screenshot. So on a Windows computer, if you look on your keyboard, on the very top, usually on the upper right, it will say print screen. You see that button, print screen?
No.
So look on the very top of your keyboard. And
Oh.
it says that
Print screen.
PRTSCR.
Yes.
Now, what I'm going to do is look as well for the Windows key. That's that funny key with the 4 little windows to make one window, the symbol, the Microsoft symbol. You see that?
It's
Yeah.
next to the
So
space
hold
bar.
that down and then press print screen. And
Go click.
Where's the Windows thing?
look, it's the Windows is usually on the bottom left of
left.
your keyboard.
Bottom, the four
Little windows,
things?
yeah.
Yeah, a little
little-
flag
Okay.
looking thing.
Yeah,
Hold that and then press print screen.
It
And
should-
then where does it go?
That's a great
Where's the-
question. So, okay, Novella's moving us on here. Is everybody good with this first part? Because Novella's got the
Yeah.
goodness.
No, because I
Still
haven't
looking for
seen
it.
where it calls out to print the screen.
No, it doesn't. It's automatic. The screen will go light gray for a second. And it won't say anything. If you hold the Windows key, press print screen, if something's open, then when that's complete, when you have that, I'm going to close this web page. And I'm going to open my Finder. I'm going to look under.
Oh,
to make-
where?
There are the
Where?
screenshots right there.
How do you get to that?
oh, wow.
Wait, how do you get to that? I'm lost.
Who
Wait,
asked
wait,
that? Let's back up. Who asked, how do we get to that? Who said that?
yeah, Royce, but I
Hey,
have a new
Royce.
I have a new computer and I don't know where anything is.
Hey, Royce.
Hi,
Okay, so what
I'm-
you're gonna do is you're
how
on a
do I
Windows
get to
computer?
that thing on the left?
Well, there it is.
Are you a Windows, are you on a Windows computer, Royce?
Yes,
So, I'm in Windows 11. You are too. You see the Manila folder?
Yes,
See that, Miss Moore?
yes,
yeah,
I see that.
yeah,
Let's click on that.
okay.
Then I'm gonna
Oh,
go to a
then
tab that says
screenshot?
pictures.
Oh, I see something that says screenshot.
Yeah, for
that's
now,
it.
go to the left because that's within, that's like a shortcut, but I want you to learn the long way, like the long math. And click
okay.
pictures and then screenshots, and there are
Wait.
the screenshots.
All right.
Pictures,
Mhm.
and then where's the screenshots?
In the pictures folder.
Okay, I have pictures. I've got a bunch of other junk there
Did you
too.
screenshot it?
Yeah, I did, and I saw it.
It's in there.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I found it.
Okay,
Yes, I did. Okay. Got it.
So,
so
so
folks,
at the- so
And
at
it,
the-
and it has a PNG extension.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
I
the
found it.
auto save as a P. Was that, who's that, Peter?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Peter F, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, sir?
I'm here in the background.
All right, well, good to have you in the background. We'll take a screenshot of that. For example, right now, I can take a screen, and I do. I could take a screenshot. Oh, boy, this is a good scam thing. Listen to this, folks. So right now, in this meeting, I got everybody up here. Miss Moore is going. Royce is talking. I got Irene here. Ray's on her stem winder. Gloria Coleman's rocking. Gary W. Englewood is here, and I can take a screenshot of all of you.
Yeah.
So that means this is a great, let me put my camera on. This is a really good thing to think about, actually. So here we are in a meeting, and let's say I forget to turn my camera off and I turn around and I start screaming at the cat, I said blah, 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 blah. I could take a screenshot or a video of that. That's how scary it is, I guess. That's how public you are.
hear me?
Is that making sense, Miss Moore? Like everything you're doing is recordable and being recorded.
So
And-
Elijah, that
Didn't
file
yet
folder at the bottom with the icon, with the icons, that's Windows. Is that correct?
This is Windows, yes.
Okay, because normally on my computer, it comes up with a W or whatever.
Yeah, so this is Windows 11. The versions have changed. Like I've got a keyboard from Windows 8 days and the window is a little more squiggly. I'm gonna stop this, and we're not gonna neglect the Apple people.
It's Apple, it's super easy.
I'm gonna let Ray Hartman, handsome Ray Hartman from the Valley, take us through how to do this on an Apple. And then we'll talk to do it on a phone.
With one hand, you can do Shift.
Ray, why don't you share your screen? Ray, why don't you share your computer screen?
Let's take a snapshot of. There we go.
All right.
Okay. So
We see you.
I'm just gonna, can you see my window?
Yes, we can.
Okay, see
Yeah.
your times? All you gotta do right? Because there's the window that's active, whatever window it might be. Right? All you got to do is go Shift, Command, and 3, and it makes a little sound, and that plops that actually on your desktop. You
Wait,
might
So that's Shift Command and the number 3 or?
Yes. the number 3.
Wait, where's,
Okay.
wait, you just do the,
Shift,
yeah, where's the command?
Command
Is it-
is immediately to the left of the space bar. Or right.
That's our Apple computer.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shift,
you're talking about an Apple?
Apple.
Yes, Royce.
Oh, forget it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
This
So
is
that's
just for
good.
Apple computer.
Oh, that's
Apple
for,
is very easy. There's a few different ways to do this, but the easiest way to do it, and you don't have to do them all at once. You can put your pinky on Shift and put your thumb on Command, and then hit the number 3, and it'll go click.
So you do hold 2 of them down when you hit the 3. Is that what you're saying, Ray?
It doesn't matter. You could actually do it in reverse, or you could do it in any order. But as long as those 3 buttons get pushed simultaneously, Shift, Command, 3, click. Shift, Command, 3, click.
Shift.
Command, 3.
okay, and then the other, it's Windows print screen, and that should do it.
Correct.
Where does it go once you take the picture?
For what computer? PC or
For Apple.
it goes right on your desktop.
Okay.
Right on your desktop, and then you can move it to a folder. Again, I use it for almost 9 times out of 10 when I purchase something, and then the little receipt page comes up at the end, and it'll say like print this out. I don't print. I never print anything out. I'll just take a screenshot of it, and I'll have it in a little folder. Receipts.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I can't find my
I'm going to show you
pictures.
something else that Apple does very nicely. I'm going to share my screen, just what Ray was saying. It's going to be the same flow. So I'm going to open I want to make a copy now of my IP address. But I don't want to get this whole page. I just want to get this little square here. So where Ray was saying Command Shift 3, I'm going to hold Command Shift and 4.
Woo! Are you going to do the brackets?
I'm going to do, why is it not working? Maybe it's not working. Yes, and do you see a little crosshair there?
Yeah.
And I'm going to then hold my mouse down and cover just the
Over
area I want. And when I
Okay.
release, my screenshot is then made.
Oh, wow.
And that's just for that one little area.
Yes, Command Shift 4. It's harder on the Windows, but it's called Snip and Sketch, and we'll cover it in our next class. You can do it on a Windows PC as well, a Windows computer as well.
So you
But
don't
that's-
have to say copy or anything like that.
No, those days are over for this particular technology. What you're essentially doing is your computer is taking a picture. Peter mentioned a PNG file. You heard of JPEG, that might be in people's heads.
Yes.
And it's just say PNG is just a more modern kind of picture file. And by the way, here's a note, side tech note. When you see .dsx or XLSX or DOCX after the dot, it's called the suffix. And the suffix will always tell you what application is guiding it. So if you see the suffix on something, you'll know if it's a Word application. You'll know if it's an Excel application. You can know different, but this is techie stuff, but that is where you'll know. The same way you could be Novella at Gmail or Novella at Hotmail or Novella at Yahoo.com. It's the
So how-
suffix after the at.
So how are you spelling suffix? Because when you say that, I think about my kitchen wall where I have a suffix. over-
SUPHIXX. No, I'm kidding, folks. That was like SUFFIX. Like with the PH in like music, the PH takes the F.
Oh,
Well, like
my
I said, when I hear you say that, I'm thinking about my kitchen where I have a suffix over my cabinets.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So Elijah, did you highlight to get that screenshot of just the address? Did you highlight that before you
I-
push the button?
I did my Command Shift 4.
You have to do Command Shift 4, and then it gives you the little That
crosshair.
gives you the little crosshairs,
Okay,
so
so
you
you
can
push the
then,
buttons first.
yeah.
Right. And then
That's
if the
telling the
mouse,
computer you're doing, either Command Shift 3 takes the whole screen. Command Shift
Okay.
4 gives you a little target, so you can sort of highlight one specific area, like a number or a name or something like that.
Okay,
and it's sometimes things are moving fast and sometimes you just take a shot of the entire thing. Jeanette Allen, you have your hand up.
I may have missed part of this, but I wanted to know if you were giving the alternate way to take a screenshot on Windows. I did by using the touchpad or the mouse and right-clicking.
Say that again, Jeanette, please.
Right click and it brings up a little window.
It brings up a list of actions, and then I do a screenshot.
Okay.
If I click on the mouse pad,
Mhm. You could have it set up a little bit differently using a shortcut. There's several ways. Hi, Novella. I'll be there in one moment. There are several ways, Jeanette, to get to where we want to go. And if you found a good way, with a shortcut, that's
Yeah.
fabulous.
I have a Surface Pro and my keypad doesn't have that thing that says print screen on.
There you go.
And I don't know the symbols. I don't know what those symbols mean on this keypad, and they're
Right.
not working right anyway.
That's
So-
so the Surface Pro, folks, is also like a tablet, where you can use your finger on it. So the
Yeah.
commands are a little bit different when you interchange those environments. I want to get to Novella and then Gloria.
I have a question.
Okay, so how do I do it on my phone and I have an Android?
Okay, we're going to get to the phones in a second. Who has
Okay.
a computer? No, it's a good question, Novella. Sally?
Now, I just wondered if each device has its IP address, like does my tablet have an IP address and my
Yes, it
phone has?
does. Yes,
But
it
they're
does.
different from the MacBook IP address,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Each device has like its own tattoo, you might say, and that's just always the way it's been, and it's just getting more so. We have a Gloria Coleman.
Yes, I'm back to the Outlook account. I don't have an Outlook account when you said to go in and change your password.
Okay, so what's the suffix, Gloria, of your email? Let's digress here on this little scam work here. What is the suffix? Not the whole email, the after at.
Outlook.com.
So somewhere it might be your Microsoft account. Somewhere in Microsoft,
Okay.
you have an Outlook account. Let me share my screen. Folks, let's digress for just one moment because this is a bug and we can all learn from this. So if you went here. And I went to sign in to Microsoft. And then,
Can you get bigger, please? I can't see it. And
can you see it now? Big screen? Jeanette?
bigger, a little bit bigger, please.
That's as big as I can get it.
Oh, okay, I'll use the other way.
So I'm going to go back there. I'm going to Microsoft. I'm trying to sign in. Likely, you'd have to put in I'm just going to make one up for you, Gloria's email at outlook.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then try to put in, obviously I don't have it, there's no account called that. It would go to a password section and you'd see if your password would sign you in. If that didn't work, then you would click the forgot password.
Oh.
Right, because somewhere, when it says Outlook, it means that it's a Microsoft owned account. So it just means somebody checked your password. So somewhere on one, and by the way, after the meeting, let me put my numbers in there. I'll put my number in the chat and you can contact me about this. We can do this directly, since you've been hacked, as opposed to having to publicly show everybody your email addresses.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, I'll put definitely, because that's something we should take care of. And it's something that happens to everybody. Right, we had any more screenshot questions before we go to the phone?
Yes, I use my computer that I always tell you.
Mhm.
If I want to take a shot of your synopsis for every class, how can I get that?
When you say synopsis, what do you mean?
Your printout as to what you're going to be covering for each class.
Oh, okay, so okay.
Well, we can email that to them too.
Yeah, but this is a good screenshot moment. This is a real life application. This is a real thing, because not everybody's gonna be lacers and gonna email it to you. But like, so here we go. Let's do this. I'm gonna share my screen. And I'm gonna share I'm gonna go to the list. And now here's my agenda. Here's our agenda, right? You see the agenda on here, Ms. Moore?
Yes,
You can now take a screenshot of that. You can go to Windows print screen, take a screenshot of the first half, then I'll move it up and you'll see the second half.
but now Windows is not at the bottom of my computer like it was when you showed that file.
It's not on your computer, it's on your keyboard. The Windows and print screen button on your keyboard.
Oh, you've lost me there, Elijah.
So
But I don't want to hold you up.
No. Look on the keyboard for your computer. On the bottom left, do you see a little button that's
It has little 4 boxes.
has a little Windows symbol, right, with 4 little boxes in it?
No, I'm just seeing the participants are chat and
No,
share screen
I want you
stuff.
to look on the keyboard where you click with your fingers.
Okay, I'm at my keyboard.
Uh-huh. And look at the very bottom where the very bottom row of keys are.
Is
Where
that
the-
what?
To
Is
the
that
left,
what-
left
is
of the
that-
space bar.
Is that with the squares?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect, Miss Moore.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm learning.
No, you're a blessing. No, you're
And
not
you-
done yet, though. Don't charm us out of this. You're not done yet.
And you say click on that?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. Hold those Midwestern horses. On the top
Okay.
on the top of your keyboard, there's
Okay,
another button that says print screen. It's on the upper right.
upper right.
It might be-
T.
Okay, I got the print screen.
So now hold the Windows key down with the boxes
Okay,
and now press that print screen button. Did the printer go a little light for a second?
yes.
So that means you have I'm gonna stop this. You've taken a screenshot. And now you could go, hold on, let me do this here, and we're gonna move on, folks, after this. Let me share this. Now you could go here and look in your file folder. On yours, it might be a little further to the left in Windows 10.
Okay,
Open that file folder. Go to Pictures. And look for screenshots.
well, I'm using yours and it's not taking me in.
In chat. Wait a minute.
What do you mean no, don't use mine, use your folder.
Okay,
I'm gonna stop my screen share, that might be confusing.
now where would my folder be? Okay, I see it, I see it.
On the dock, on the
I
bottom.
see it in the icon. Let's see what that'll give for me.
Okay,
Okay, now it took me to File Explorer.
look on the left, is there a row on the left?
Yes, that says desktop, downloads, documents,
Pictures.
yes, pictures.
Click on Pictures,
Okay, I clicked on pictures.
and what do you see in there?
Okay, let me see. A whole lot of pictures.
In
Let me
that,
see. I clicked on pictures.
look for screenshots, for a folder that says screenshots.
Okay, let me see.
We got Charlene.
I don't want to hold the class
So you
up.
go look, I'm gonna take some questions while we're doing that. Let's go, we have Charlene and then Ellen. Charlene. Feel free to unmute yourself. Miss Charlene.
Yes, I just, on an
Oh.
on an Apple iPad, how do you do the screenshot?
Okay, this is gonna be like the phone, okay? So hang tight, we're gonna get there. This is the tablets are like your phones. Ellen W?
Is that me now? Oh, no.
Yeah,
someone
Ellen
else.
W.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yes,
Ellen.
Elijah. Yeah, I was just following what the previous someone he's talking about. When I was doing the screenshot and I opened, I'm on Windows 10, and when I opened the quick access under and that picture, folder. So I don't see my screenshots. So I just create a screenshot folder, but I don't see my screenshots
No,
in any of that. I have some pictures on my, under my pictures folder. I mean, I have many folders.
you have a recent folder in your File Explorer, Alan?
Right now, I just created one called screenshots.
No, it has, we would have to direct it from the screenshot to that folder. But
Oh,
in that File Explorer, do you have a folder that's on the left side? says-
I did already. No, wait, no, I was listening to you, Elijah. Wait. Okay, on my left side, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
On your left side, do you have a tab that says recent?
Recent. Let me see. On my left side, you mean under Windows?
Or on your desktop? Did it land on your desktop?
On
We
my
have,
desktop. Oh, okay. Let me minimizing it. Maybe I can see something. Okay.
it's there. This is, and by the way,
Let me
this,
look. Let me just look for it.
take your time, Alan, of course, pop back
Okay.
in a moment.
Okay, recent.
Did it. I don't know how, but I did it.
Right, folks?
No,
We're
I
going-
don't. I don't have reasons. I have documents, downloads, desktop. Under desktop reasons. Let
Look,
me
just
see.
look under desktop and look
Under
if to see if it popped on your desktop.
reasons. No, I have many files on my desktop. I
Yeah.
don't see reasons though,
No, it won't be recent.
or screenshot or anything
Yeah,
like that.
it's just right there,
Okay.
somewhere on that.
Let me okay, now, okay, let's do one more screenshot just to see what I have. And then when I do screen, just hold down the
Yeah.
Windows key and then screen print, right?
Prince, exactly.
Hello, this
Okay.
is Pornvipa.
And then, but I could not,
Hi, Porn
okay,
Whip,
then how do I have that? When I do a screen print, how do I have the screen print saved it on my screenshots under pictures?
It should be in somewhere in one of the folders in your pictures folder.
Yeah.
Oh, should be in one of them. Okay.
That's where it automatically sends your screenshot to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I
If
see.
you have
I
a, if
have
you have
the
a lot of folders, it was a little hard to find, but if you have a lot
Exactly.
of folders, it might be buried with all your pictures folders someplace.
Inside one of my pictures.
Or you can alphabetize, put your folders in alphabetical order.
Oh, they are in alphabetical order already. I
Then
don't-
just look for screenshot.
Yeah, you'll find it. And when there's a good,
Okay.
when you find it, that's where the pictures are going. That's where your screenshots are going.
Okay, I'll look for it later. I don't want to hold up everybody else.
No,
but
okay,
I-
yeah, this is
but
a
I-
process. This is a process, everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
You
but
took a picture and it's somewhere in the house now, and you'll find it.
okay, I'll have to look for that. And then I have another question: is the
Yeah.
IP address static or is that dynamic on
It's
my
static.
PC?
It's static.
Static,
It's like a license plate number for.
right?
It doesn't
Oh.
change, yeah.
It doesn't change.
Right. The folks, by the way, dynamic would mean is the number evolving and changing, like every time you use it, versus static is it stay the same. Devices currently
Mhm.
stay the same.
Okay, so my PC stays same to my laptop, to my tablet, they all have just one unit static
No,
IP address.
your laptop will have a different one, and your
Right,
phone will have a different one, and your
Right.
computer will have a. It's
right.
like
So each
yeah,
one is unique, right?
yeah, it's like a license plate
Yes,
for a car. but it's
okay,
a license
okay.
plate number for a computer.
All right, thank
It's
you.
also why you break out that old computer you've had that you've kept beautiful, that Windows 8 computer that's so lovely. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
why do I need a new one? It looks good, it sounds good, the speakers are bigger, you can
Yeah.
replace the battery. But the IP address is telling the whole world this is out of date and Windows wants you to buy a new one. It's as simple as that. And by the way cars are going, by the way, everything's on the grid now. So every car is going to be monitored by a satellite and it'll just tell you, okay, it's time to go. Anyway, folks, let's move on to a different topic.
Okay,
We have
thank you.
two things we're going to, oh, you're very welcome.
Wait.
So,
How did you do the IP address on an iPad?
open a browser, open Safari.
Type in
What is my IP in the search engine, in the, the search box in the very top.
Okay, go to Safari and then type,
What is my IP address?
no, I was asking about how to do a screenshot.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's talk about this. I'm gonna take Android and Ray will take iPhone. So let me, this is weird, they're weird. So let me turn off my background.
Can you show me, are you on can you show me what kind of iPad you have? Where are you? Because it all depends. There's buttons that you have to push. iPads are oddly a pain in the bottom to do a screenshot.
Okay.
You have to, like, here's my iPad, right? I have, see, like I have the kind of the newer one. And there's
Okay.
there's like do you have one that has like the button on the bottom, like the little search called the home button? Or do you have one that has the 2 buttons on top?
For the volume, it's on top left for the volume, and then a little button to the left for the power.
Okay, so oddly enough, what you have to do is you have to push the power and the volume down button at the same time. For me, it's if you have a newer one that has the circle home button on the bottom, you have to push the power and the home button at the same time.
But I have 2 buttons for the volume, so hold both of
You
them
have
down.
to, no. You have to hold the bottom, the volume down, right? The volume down button and the power button at the same time.
Volume button and down.
You have to do them at the same time. Boop. You
It's
can't.
really, it's not
Okay,
that
I
easy.
did
not
it.
a
Now my
clunky.
pictures, you're gone. Where'd you go?
It's
You went
Oh,
away.
wait.
Oh, then
Hold
it goes
on.
away. So then you have to go into your photo album. You open your Apple Photos, the tab, and your picture will be in there. It should be the most recent one.
Apple Photos, okay.
That's for iPad.
actually for the iPad. I'm sorry. Depending upon if you didn't see, try the volume up button and the power button at the same time.
Okay, I have the little button at the bottom for the home button.
Yeah, so you hit the home button like mine, the home button and
Yeah,
and the
power button.
the button
Home
at the
button
same
and the
time.
power button.
And it should
Okay.
take a picture, and it usually appears at the bottom left of your screen.
All right.
All right,
can't
folks, I'm going to show you on an Android because it's similar. So here's my Android. This goes on an Android tablet. It's very similar to the Apple one. So I'm going to open up an email, my emails. I'm going to open a particular email. Say, oh, I just want to take a picture of this email. So on my Android, on one side is the power button. And the other side, let me let somebody in here, is the up and down volume button. Can you see that?
Yes.
So I'm going to try to do this with my
It's
coordination.
It's clunky. There's another way to do it on Android. That doesn't.
Let me go through this though. So I'm holding down the power button and that's the up and down. I'm going to click it. Look, I just did it. I just took a screenshot. So now let me open up my phone and I'll go to my photos. I'll do it again. So there's my down, there's my power. I'm going to take a quick screenshot. You see it flash?
Yes.
All right. So now I'm going to let me open up my phone.
Mine turned off.
Yeah, you got to get good at it. It's tricky. But if you're not pushing the right button. So look, let me show you again, okay?
Why can't you just use your camera?
Well, you can't take a
Oh.
screenshot with the camera.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that again and look at that little flash. You see that? You see that little flash, folks?
That means that it took a screenshot.
That means I took a screenshot. Then I'm going to go back to my apps. I'm going to go, in my case, my photo gallery. I'm going to open my photo gallery and there are all my screenshots.
Wait a minute, you
that's on an
iPhone.
Yeah, that's an
So-
Android phone.
That's an
Okay.
Android. Let's stay
So
with
we
that.
haven't done the iPhone yet.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I
that's the Android. You use the lower button, the small one.
The lower volume, the volume down. It's in my case, there's one long bar that you can toggle up or down. I'm going to toggle it down and
Lower
hold the
bar.
power button at the same time.
And do it real fast, right?
And do it real fast, yeah.
Okay.
An
And Elijah-
iPhone is the same thing, except there are different models. We're gonna either do it with the volume button down and the power button real quick, whether the power button's on top or on the side, or the round button on the bottom, the indentation button. There's a combo there
Wait, what? That's on which phone?
on a Apple device.
Oh, wait, what was that again? Okay, Apple. Okay, so on the, what are the two things?
Are you on an Apple or an Android, Royce?
I'm on an Apple.
Okay.
Let me
what
see.
version?
I'm on an iPhone 10.
So you want to take a screenshot on an
So you
iPhone?
got to do the two buttons on because you don't have a home button on your iPhone. You don't have a
Right.
circle button. So you have two
Correct.
buttons on the sides, right? On
Right,
the top
right.
side. So you push those together.
You want the
I would do
volume,
it like
the
this.
power and volume up.
So I have a home
Power.
button.
Wait, the
Oh,
power.
okay, so
Power,
where
volume.
does it go?
Okay, hold on. Okay,
There-
I just heard it,
Oh,
Royce.
there you go, you did it.
just did it. You
I
just
did
did
it.
it.
Power
It
and
goes to
volume up.
photos. Yeah, it just goes to photos.
And in your case,
it
it's gonna
goes
go
to
to your
photo.
photos, Novena, on both your cases, Apple or Android.
Okay, power and volume up. Okay.
Volume down.
Now, volume up.
Here's the thing, folks. The Apple has changed so many times. There's every version of iPhone is a little different. Android's been consistent in this, but Apple, as they've removed features and made the phone sleeker, for the older phones, there's one method, and the newer phones is another method. I know it's confusing. It's confusing for me as well.
Okay, so volume up, wait, no.
Volume up and power. Yeah.
And power.
Same time.
Okay, got it.
All right, folks, we're going to move on. These are fun little tips and tricks, and then really big time savers, by the way. Now, if you wanted to do it on your phone or your tablet, your texts are a big one. It's often when you get a new phone, you can't transfer your text. Some texts are really protected. So if you have something that is a legal thread, make screenshots of that legal
Take a
thread.
screen. Yeah, take a screenshot.
But that screenshot also has a timestamp on it, which is a legal timestamp, like it's connected to the GPS on your phone. So in court, they could say, well, no,
You know where you are.
yeah, it knows where you are. So it's a really good legal
Location
tool.
and date. Location with latitude, longitude, and date.
All right, folks, we're at the 3:52 mark. So we're going to put our hands in the air, stretch just a little bit. Remember, it is summer. I know we're nerds, and we're here eating, cotton candy and Snickers bars. Let's take a little 7th inning stretch.
I want a Snickers bar.
Yeah, our newbie sent us pizza. Ralph sent us some pizza, so I got mine already. It's really good. Thanks, Ralph, for the extra cheese. And so we have our everything set. So we're going to move on. Before we move on, I'm going to give you a sample of one of our questions for a prize. There's Mom's Computer T-shirts, and there's $10 gift cards for those who haven't gotten it. It's going to be a summertime tech trivia, tech Jeopardy moment. So our first question, don't look it up now. Don't think about it now.
Yeah, don't cheat.
Don't cheat. It's only going to be, it's a little tantalizing for what you have to look for. Okay. Are you ready, folks? Don't overthink this because we have some more topics. It's summertime. What do you do in summer? You travel, right? At some point in summer is when you do that trip. And now that, thank goodness, COVID maybe's abated a little, we're getting on airplanes. So most of us remember getting a travel agent's airplane ticket, which was carbon, right? It was like a long rectangular thing with a couple of pages, right? And you couldn't, if you lost that, you lost your ticket. It was like over. There was no way. It was not like it is now. At one point, it feels like it was gradual, but it seems that it wasn't. They moved from paper tickets to purely electronic tickets. Now you have to print it out. It's obviously all electronic.
Yes.
First question will be, what year did that transition take place? Just put it in the back of your craw, folks. In what year did that paper ticket, from TWA with the 3 different pages on it, if you lost the second page, which perforated off, you're in trouble. What year did the airlines finally say, enough is enough, we're just going to electronic? All right, let's move on to our next topic. It's really a sticky wicket. Let's talk about our calendars. Who actually uses their calendars? Like who actually, Jeanette, do you use the calendar? Pat Avila is using it. You actually go on your phone, say dentist next Thursday, or that flight to.
If you don't, you should.
Yes.
I
Yes.
use a calendar.
Yes, use it all the time.
All the time.
Now,
I do, yes.
I use a calendar.
So do you use that calendar when you put your calendar event in one device? Do you look at it on the other one? For example,
Yes,
right, if you
All
put
the
it-
time,
Okay.
yes, it's,
Okay.
yes, on the laptop.
Oh, I only do my phone. That's it.
So, right, so you wouldn't know at this point, Ralph, how to find it on your computer. If you said, hey, I want to go on my computer and look at my calendar and integrate from that direction.
No, because I have my phone all the time versus if I have like a class right now, I'm using my computer, my laptop.
Right.
Desktop, the same thing.
Sure.
If I don't have it with me, I'm not going to have it.
Okay.
I'll put my alarm. That's how I got in the computer class, because my phone went off and said, "Hey, dummy, you got a computer class coming up." You know, if I don't have that, I'm
No,
lost.
that's not, yeah.
No,
That's-
we're gonna
that's-
make sure by the end of class, Ralph, your computer is controlling your car, the temperature in your house, the lights, the amount of the water, the sprinkler and the yard. But yeah, I hear you. Some people like the convenience, and the reason I bring this up is that you can put a calendar event in your phone and then be sitting at your desktop and opening up your emails and also seeing that full calendar. And as well as scheduling from your desk and then having it on the fly. Now,
I use my calendar on my computer, and it comes in handy because it alerts me about a half an hour before whatever I'm scheduled for.
Nice.
Like for this class, it alerts me that, hey, I got this class coming up, and I'll say snooze until it's getting close to the hour.
excellent. Now, did you know, Ms. Moore or Ralph, on any of the devices you use, even if they're not talking across devices, you can make a recurring event. You could put our Lacers class in there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Matter of fact, you could do this. Let me just give you, Stephanie wanted me to show you something, and it's sort of important. You don't have to do it just for Lacers. I'm in my telemedicine. I have a telemedicine story. I actually had a doctor's visit telemedicine. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. It's not like a super, like, yay. I'm gonna go to a website. I'm gonna go to Lacerswell, lacers.org. That was good. It woke me up. And now in lacers.org, I don't have a membership because I don't have a membership. I have momscomputers.org membership, but over here you can go to webinars and seminars. And you can go and look about these seminars coming up. We have 2 more coming up.
Hey,
If you were to sign in,
I'm working right now.
you could go and see these different seminars, sign up, cancel, whatever you want to do. There'll be a button that says add to calendar. You can right from the event, add to your calendar. But here comes where we need to know in your organization. When you have a calendar, it's just not a free thing that's like comes with the wind. Your calendar is attached to a system. Likely, if you're an Android user, you're using the Google Calendar.
Yeah.
You have an email and it's royce@gmail.com. In Royce's Gmail Google account, there's a calendar, comes with a calendar. She has that calendar on her computer. So she's on her computer, she goes to Google, she does her things. She's on the phone in the market or whatever you're doing, you want to type something in or whatever, and check out the calendar. It goes on her phone. Apple has the same thing. iCloud has a great calendar. They actually invented it. iCloud was the first to do that. So you could go and use on your Apple, create a calendar event in iCloud, go to your iPhone, open your calendar app, and it would talk across. Sometimes folks use Google for their calendar, but have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people use the iCloud, but have an Android. That's okay. You can import a calendar. For example, I'm going to share right now. And we're just going to touch on this, folks. And the reason for this is just portability and ease of use. We're in the middle of summer, but fall is coming, and like we're all going to get busy, I know. And I just think it's helpful. And by the way, without my calendar, I would miss appointments. I definitely am using it as a crutch against memory. I know it, like it's just reality. I know that, like I say, if I don't put it in now, I'm going to forget it. And when I don't put it in, I get the text, where are you? You said 2 o'clock. The calendar has been very helpful for me. As well, you can share your calendar with a loved one. and somebody can sort of have an eye on you if that's something you want to do, or vice versa. You can have an eye on them and see what their calendar event is. Let me share something here. I'm going to open up my iCal. In my iCalendar over here, oh, there's my Lacers meeting. I have different emails. You see on the left side over here?
Yes.
I have a calendar that comes from iCloud. One is called LMT, just calendar, different calendars.
Did you have to download that?
I had to set those up, but it's very simple. It's no different than setting up an email. And we'll touch on that. And you can do this, by the way, in your Windows and Android. Outlook does this, but Microsoft Office Suite does this well. There's Elijah at momscomputer.com. So that's a corporate address, but it's also as a calendar, and I've connected it. Here's a Gmail, hamradioelijah@gmail.com. Here's a fact about me. I am still a ham radio operator, KJ6KWW. I just renewed my license till 2026. So I have a whole side life nobody knows here about my ham radio life. And I have that calendar of events and things I do on the radio in a calendar there. Help at Mom's Computer, another one, and so on and so forth. I have another one that's not connected, but you can see I'm adding the US holidays. So what's the next holiday coming up, really? El Adha, Ashura,
Labor Day.
and then Labor Day is the big one. But if I don't want to see that, I don't need to see those. So I can add any, I can subscribe to any calendar.
Okay, 3 years?
And
I
that,
think that's more like 1 year.
hold on one second, folks.
Because that's like, no, I think I took it in May of.
Needs to mute.
I think I found it. There's this new feature.
Eli-
in Zoom.
Elijah,
Yeah.
it's 7 o'clock here, and so we go to bed early, so I'm gonna sign off.
Who's this? Who's speaking to me?
This is Charlene,
Charlene, where are you, Charlene? Remind me.
North Carolina.
Oh,
Well,
lovely.
Charlene, well, thank you. You made it. We had spoken a week ago. Charlene, do you have any
Hush puppies
questions?
for me.
Huh?
You have any questions for us before you go? Like
Yeah,
anything that we missed?
Maybe can we back up the class to 2:30 or 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
Crystal
That
and
that
Betty.
doesn't work for those of us in the West Coast so much.
Charlene, thanks for checking in. It means a lot. I know it's late. Enjoy summer night. It must be beautiful in the South. And this will be on video. You'll
Okay,
the Laser team will let you know about the video. And in between classes, you know how to contact me because we have been in touch. So
Yes.
not alone.
thank you so much.
Did you
And
get
I'm
your-
in Nebraska. I'm in Nebraska, so I'm an hour behind
Miss Moore,
East
you're here for the
Coast, and
ride.
I'm 2 hours ahead of you guys.
You're-
So
you're-
I have to log on at 5, so I don't have a problem with it.
Miss Moore.
Neither
you're-
do I. I'm in Tennessee.
Ooh, well,
Wow.
Nashville people stay out late.
Why you guys got the great Southern food? I'm jealous. Now I want jambalaya and hush puppies.
Okay.
I haven't found any
Fried
good
chicken.
food yet.
Now I'm hungry.
Reality is 7-Eleven pizza and a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And
We have the best sushi in California, so we have that.
so anyway, let's go talk about the calendars. So anyway, the thing that you need to know, I think it's important, the same way about knowing your passwords, is which service your main calendar is using. Even if it's just your computer, Ralph, or Jeanette or Pat, are you using Google or are you using iCloud? Believe it or not, you can be using a Yahoo email and using the Yahoo calendar and not know it. So it's something to try to figure out which calendar you're using. And it'll be pretty easy when you open the calendar to put a new event in. You should be able to see. I'm pretty sure, Royce, you're using Google.
I'm using Google, and one thing that's a really nice feature is on my computer, I have it like at a month, you can see a whole month. But on your phone, you can't, it's too small. So I usually have, you could have a different view on your phone, like you usually have the
Right.
list on the phone. And it's always a lot easier to insert it on the calendar, but if you're out, you do it on the phone. But it's nice to be able to go back and forth to the different formats too.
The other thing that's fun, I finally joined, because my girlfriend made me, a gym. I finally ponied up. I was like, when the pandemic came around in the quarantine, I was like, yes, I get to quit the gym and hang out. They've been waiting for this excuse. And So finally we rejoined. Something I can do, there's some classes there, you know, and I can subscribe to the gym's calendar through my Google account or my iCloud, which means then in my calendar list, I could see 5 p.m. yoga stretch, you know, 3 p.m. power lift. But you can do that for many other events as well. So you can subscribe. It could be a church. I mean, churches, you do it a lot. Actually, we've done a lot of those churches are, you know, they can have their weekly events lined up, and then you subscribe to the church's Google Calendar. And that mingles with yours then. You know, you see the dentist at 2, and then there's the lecture at 4, you know, and you can decide to go. So these are features, and the recurring ones are important, I think. Your 4-time-a-year medical thing, this is going to expire, you need to check on. People are answering the questions already. Anybody, any calendar questions for us?
Elijah, I have a question about the calendar.
Please, please.
When you download a calendar from a different group, like I have one from my church, I have not done it because I don't want to get any more confused than I already am. But so that's what you're talking about, like when you download from your gym, that you download their.
A little different. It's what you're doing when you're downloading is probably a PDF that they've created for the week of or the month of, you know, a calendar that you can physically see. This
No,
would be
no, one I can handle. Actually, it's a Zoom calendar. So when you download the Zoom calendar or whatever that is, does that take up any room? Does that create any access? Are there any problems involved with that?
No, that's the, you know, those letters take up nothing, megabyte, very small. That's a great feature to add your Zoom calendar. I have it on my calendar, you know, whether it's church or you know, whatever kind of recurring events you're going to. I think you're using that the right way, Jeanette.
My calendar is under Yahoo.
There we go. Yeah.
And I love my calendar, but Yahoo keeps telling me I need to update whatever because my calendar is kind of obsolete, although I still can use it.
Let's segue.
So I don't know how to update it.
Let's go like this here. Da, 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 da,
Here come me.
Somebody's got to blow taps. So
Okay.
let's move this section into our favorite section called Scam Busters. Okay, not that Yahoo's a scam, but let's talk about Yahoo versus Google Calendar or an iCloud calendar. So Yahoo, the once mighty Yahoo, I remember the commercials. You know, they were the biggest ever. Yahoo has been sold over and over again. It's a much smaller company now. It's not a bad company. It's not like AOL or Hotmail or PacBell.net. It's still a vital enough company. However, their services are limited. They don't have the bandwidth and they don't pretend to want to be Google and have all of that. So when they offer some functionality, they want to charge you for it. So there'll be something called Yahoo Plus, and they'll want to charge you some extra for it. I think with more, if you're happy in Yahoo right now, you're safe. It's not. I wouldn't tell you to get out of there. Don't buy anything. Don't add anything.
I just don't know how to change it over, Elijah.
This is great. I like the change it over. So let's get that out of our minds in the computer. It's not like the old days. We're not going to change it over. We're going to do two things at the same time and begin to integrate one from the other. All right. So what you would do if you wanted to begin to use your Gmail, Amore, Nebraska's finest at gmail.com.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And so in that case, you'd have a Gmail, Amore, gmail.com, and you'd have a calendar in there. You could start using that calendar slowly.
Okay.
Slowly. So for example, I'll give you an example of this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to Google. So I'm in Google. We go to a home screen here. In my Google, you can see the grid. When you're in a Google homepage, that's your apps. In my Google apps, there'll be calendars. What, its own set of apps. Where's my calendar? Somewhere.
And how did you click and get that?
It was up at the top.
if I go to google.com and I
Yeah,
account, then there'll be a grid. You see that grid?
okay,
Yes.
okay.
That's your apps. So I know, there's my calendar. I'm gonna open my calendar. And there is now my calendar. It's pretty busy, actually.
Okay.
God, thank God. Let's take a moment to thank God that mom's computer is pretty busy. Okay, great. As you can see, there's my Google Calendar. If you wanted to use your Yahoo calendar, of course, you would go to Yahoo. And I don't have a Yahoo account, but you could sign in and then have a similar experience. Okay,
So for Gmail, we go to Google?
for Gmail, you go to Google.
Okay.
So, Ms. Moore, you would start just once, just have a blank calendar, you'll have, and you put in 1 date, 2 dates, 3 dates. And then keep going to that account, your account, your,
Okay.
your Amore, Nebraska, gmail.com.
Okay.
Calendar, and then you can move around in there. And then on your phone, you could download the Google Calendar application.
Well, don't forget, I'm using my computer more than my phone.
No, that's fair enough. The point is that, let's say even you're visiting, your cousin in LA, you've come home to us to LA for a week, and you want to borrow their computer, you go to your cousin Ray's house, you take Ray's computer and you go to your account, you go to google.com, sign in, Amore, Nebraska, gmail.com, there's your calendar, there's all your information. You don't
Well,
even-
I'm learning more from you this evening about those symbols, like the dots that you took us up to. I
Let's
didn't know
go
that's
back
what
there
that,
one more time before we go to Scam Busters.
I didn't know that represented.
That's a
Google.
very powerful area of the Google browser because it has so many different things that you can learn about.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a little bit beyond what we're doing right now, but there's you can store information in there. You can look at news in there. You can you can sort of explore and look at all the kinds of things that you can do with Google Chrome browser. One of them being your Gmail account, access to your calendar, and all the other things.
So look at this. As talking about cool Google things, like Find My IP, open up a Google page.
Yes.
Type in translate. And the Google Translator opens. So enter text. I'm going to go, I want to translate that to, let's see, what would be
Latin or Lithuanian.
Lithuanian. Let's do Lithuanian.
Anyone Lithuanian speak?
So let's say pizza. It's called
pizza.
More so, you're reading something in here. Let's go. Italian newspaper. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it in Italian. What do I know? Okay, here.
La pizza. La pizzeria.
Yeah, there's articles, and here's a bunch of articles in Italian.
You see that?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
It'll
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
It
So-
asks you to translate it.
So let's go. I'm going to asset that. And now I want to, I don't know what this is. I'm going to copy that. Oh, obviously. So I'm going to copy that sentence. If I can get my,
And then you're going to translate it to English.
and then let's copy it. Then I'm going to go back to Google Translate and I'm going to put, let's go English. Let's go back here. And
Yeah, I'm good at that. I know how to translate from one language to the other.
so look, that's how it detected Italian immediately. And it gave a pretty clear translation.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think that's
good at
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
I'm good at that, Elijah. Transfer, because my lieutenant, when I worked with the police department, she was Latino, and Latino falls under 5 different categories.
Mhm.
And I would send her email. I type it up first in English. Then I take it to the Spanish and get it translated in Spanish, and I'd send it to her. And she would say, "Oh, Angeline, you are getting so good with your English." And I did that for a good while until I finally told her, "Well, you know what, Lieutenant?
Google
I
Translate.
type it out in English first and then I translate it to Spanish and send it to you.
That's funny.
Excuse me, Elijah.
Yeah.
Hi, excuse me for 1 second. My name
Oh,
is
please.
Wanda.
No, who's speaking?
Wanda, Rhonda's sister.
Hey, Wanda. What can we do
Hi.
for you, Miss Collins?
I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Rhonda
Oh, nice.
invited me on.
Give a hand for Charlotte. Got family there. Got a whole lot of family in North Carolina.
It's beautiful there.
Oh yeah, nice.
You have a That's amazing, Wanda. You have a question for us?
Yeah, well, I have a few, and I don't want to hold the group up. And I got to, I have to for work. I got to get on a computer and do some work.
Okay.
But is there a way that I can have your number and you can put it in the chat, and I can call you another time?
What did that song goes? Those Charlotte ladies sure are good to me. Of course. I'll put it. I should put it in there right now. I'm putting it in the chat to everyone. Of course, Wanda.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm Rhonda's twin sister.
Oh my goodness! Really? You both have to go on video at some point.
I know. I'll do it next time.
Oh my goodness!
I just got off from work and I came home and put my pajamas on.
Oh my goodness!
I understand.
Yeah, it's 4:15 in LA, and we're getting ready for that.
Everything's very informative.
Wanda, you're in the chat. It says you'll see from me my email and my phone number.
Okay, everybody have a good evening. Thank you.
You as well.
Bye, Wanda.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's do a scam story. I got a scam story, a good one. So, and I almost felt, I really did fall for it, and then I caught myself. So, literally yesterday, let's see if any scam numbers come up. So, I've been getting a lot more of them on the telephone lately. And
Oh, gosh.
one called up and it was very clear, and they said, this is LADWP, sounded very official, and it sounded like a US English voice, and so for a second I took it, and he said, even if it's a scam, I want to find out. And they got really good. Here's how it worked. This is how the hustle went. So he talked to me. He had my home. He knew the street. It could be voting records. All that stuff is anybody can see. So he then said, okay, you have a cutoff. We're in the truck, or in the corner. So you need to use better language in the corner. You need to call dispatch. So he gave me numbers. He wasn't even the scammer. So I took the numbers. I said, this is fun now. So then I went and I called the number and I got what would be a normal LADWP recording. Welcome to the city of Los Angeles. Like all of that was exactly like they were able to download that recording by calling the normal LADWP number and then use that recording in their scam. So it played the recording, and then you could hear the digital beep. We all know the digital beep when you're not on a regular line. It just goes, woo. It has there's a warp to it. You all feel that. I know you do. And then it came to a person, and that was the scammer. So of course, on my computer, I was looking at my LADWP account to see, am I late? Did my credit card go south? Did I leave like the refrigerator and the air conditioner on, for a month and a half? And of course, everything was just fine. It was just a very sophisticated scam.
Yeah, they're getting more and more tricky.
The other one I got was Amazon, and Amazon called me. And man, I wish I could get them on the phone now. So I knew that was a fraud, but I kept them on there in a very short amount of time, and they couldn't say Amazon clearly. So I kept saying, what is Amazon? Spell it for me. And I kept them going because the idea is to keep them on. And they were verbally abusive to me. I mean, they got to the point where they used the biatch word. I mean, they were, they were really, really abusive, and now they're not abusive just because they're abusive. They're abusive because that works with seniors. That browbeating works. They're not throwing that out there because they're there to make money. They're throwing it out there. They're using that because that pressure game works. So I will remind you again, don't answer those phone calls. Don't engage them. Don't talk to them. Ignore them.
Well, I'm a senior, Elijah, and I don't go for any of that because I get a lot from Amazon in my email. And guess where I sent it? I sent it right to spam.
Good.
Yeah, you do, but it still sort of comes through. Like it still comes through. I was looking for a fraud number.
I
Sort of
sent
comes
mine
through.
to the spoof Amazon. Does that not do anything?
Not really. I prefer folks just delete them.
Yeah, because they come up with different charges or your account
Yeah.
has been charged if you don't respond by this and that and whatever. When I know I didn't charge anything.
Just delete them. Really, just delete them.
Like I said, I sent it to spam.
So just delete them, but they've been super sophisticated. The next one that that's been coming in are the text scams. Anybody getting any text scams? All right, Noreen, so you get one, and what does your text scam say? Oh, you unmute yourself.
I don't remember. I get lots of them. I get them from AT&T. I get them from, just a variety. And I just delete them.
Okay.
Yeah, just delete them.
Don't click the links. Don't, I mean,
Yeah.
better, that should be a t-shirt we make.
Don't
Welcome
click
to
the
Mom's
link.
Computer. Don't click the links.
Yeah, don't answer the phone, don't click the link.
I'm not blocking them. Can you
Dangerous.
block the number? Is that okay?
Yeah, on your phone, you can
Yeah.
block, like, yeah, and some phones now come with like kind of pretty decent spam. Like I got a newer phone like a month and a half ago, and it came with like a little spam blocker. And I was like, oh, let's see how good this works. And it actually works really well. But if
Yeah.
Elijah and I will say it a million times, and we'll say it a million times again. Like, if you don't know the telephone number, if it's coming through and you really don't know the telephone number, just don't answer it. If it's a friend of a friend or something, they'll leave a message.
Elijah.
So Ray, how do you get rid of because I'm starting to get, with elections going on here in Nebraska, I'm starting to get a lot of political texts. How do I get rid of them and for them to stop texting me?
Okay, so I'm gonna take this one.
Do you want to take it? Okay.
Yeah, for the first part, you'll take the rest. And I see your hand, Irene, we're gonna get to you. And Jeanette, you're definitely hot on the list. The first way to win this fight is not be there.
Yeah.
So that means anytime you engage with that email, beyond deleting it, you mean you're an active user. If you click it open, if you put it in, spoof something, it means you're moving it. It's still alive. You want to delete it. Somewhere, somehow, you did something noble and you clicked on something, clean up the dog poop in ABC Park up the street, that your name and email has been sold 100 million times since.
Yes.
That simple signing the petition for clean the park, has turned into this. And by the way, you signed that petition like in 2004. That's how alive these things are. And then they use algorithms to guess, and they say, well, if you sign the Save ABC Park or Clean ABC Park up, then you're a conservative or you're a liberal or you're this or you're that, whatever. They try to target you so you can be triggered to donate some money for your cause. So the way to not be targeted, and by the way, this is where your IP address comes in again. They know if you click that because your IP address is being sent to those people doing that. I run ads for Google, on Google for Mom's Computer, and there's no cost for me to run those ads. It's a cost for me if people click it. It means that I'm public now, and I have to put my credit card in my Google Ads account. So the minute you click or you engage with those, the best thing to do is stay away. Just delete them and don't engage them and don't sign up for more stuff. Ray, we have some questions I'm going to have you take.
Elijah, are you saying don't even open it up? Because I open it up and then
Don't even open it up. Right to trash.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay.
That's a lose for you.
Not
Because you
open it
know
up.
It's open.
Do not open any, like, if you get an, if it's an email, yeah, like, maybe we need to have another, maybe next Lacers, maybe we need, this is the longest conversation about spam, but maybe we need to have another like 15 minutes of really organized sort of thought around, because it's getting worse and worse and worse. Like
Yes.
you opening up that email, it could automatically download into your computer because you opened up that email.
Okay.
You're not supposed to open. There's a little box next to it. You put the little X on the box and you go delete.
So getting back to this, let's get some questions. We have Irene, Jeanette,
Elisha?
Linda. Yes, who's talking?
This is Ponipa. I would like to make a point because my
Yeah.
computer cannot be used at all. I cannot get into the Zoom for hours right now.
Oh, type one, we'll have to fix that. We'll have to fix that. Do you have any
Yes.
questions for us right now?
Yes, because how can I import the laser calendar into the every time Zoom doesn't work at all. I don't know what happened because I erased the computer so many times and everything is gone.
Okay, what we can do, Puerto Rico, because we've spoken before, you can give me a call after the meeting, or, and I will.
May I have your number because the number is gone too.
Okay, get a pen out. Let's give this to you.
Okay. Okay.
310, when all else fails, raise pencil. 310.
Okay.
663.
Okay.
7276.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry for everyone.
Oh, don't apologize. We're a lively group, and the idea is to fix things. So let's start with Miss Irene. Irene's iPad. Irene,
Hi,
please.
Elijah. My question is back to the calendar part.
Mhm.
So I just, after all these years with these phones and these amazing things, I barely started using the calendar about 2 months ago.
I cannot hear.
People are like that. I know. I get it.
And so my question is, I just use the general one that comes with the phone and the computer, but I input everything on my appointments and stuff on my phone. Will that sync directly to my Apple computer, or do you have to sync them
Yeah. Are you
somehow?
using an iPhone?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's the whole reason you have an iPhone, and you pay that extra money. It should sync seamlessly. if
Oh,
you make
okay.
Correct choices, yeah.
You don't have to input it in each individual.
No, it's live. It means like you do it at home and
Second you do it on your phone, it goes, you open up. Remember, like you're not, yes, they're two physically separate pieces of items, right? But you're going into the internet, right?
Right.
So you're going into a place that is completely connected. These can be 20,000 miles apart, but they're literally seconds apart because you're going on to something, and that's how they're talking to each other.
Okay, so if I go
That's
on
how
the
they're communicating.
If I go on that demonstration Elijah showed earlier with the Gmail on the Google page, and I click that little grid, I should see everything that I've input on my phone.
Unless Irene, you're using the iCloud calendar system and not Google.
So how do I know that? I just use the one that came in on the phone.
Then you're using the iCloud. So you should open the calendar app on your computer. There's a calendar app on your Mac.
There is? Okay.
Yeah. And you can find that in the spotlight in the upper right. There's a magnifying glass looking thing.
Just type in calendar.
And type in calendar.
Okay.
And it should all show up in there. If not, it'd be as simple as a click of a button, because I'm pretty sure you're just using your iCloud account's calendar across devices, which is a great way to go, by the way, if you're an Apple person.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You got it. Moving down the list, Miss Rhonda Edwards.
Oh, hi. Yeah, about the scams, I got a scam from McAfee, who was supposed to be the security people. And so I didn't click into it because when they sent it, it was something that was spelled wrong. So instead of me clicking into it, I called McAfee and I said, did you guys send me a message? And I gave them my information. They said no, that they have been getting people who was using them for scams. And I was really scared because they're the people you call when you have a problem,
all that information we gave out when this whole, this is what's fun about our group, everyone, is we were here at the beginning. There's really no excuses for us. If you just started, if you're 20 years old, You have an excuse. There was no other way to do things. That's just how you did it. You put your name in the computer. We gave the stuff up first. We pat ourselves on the back here. We were the first to say, yeah, wow, MySpace, wow, Facebook. We were the ones, like, they were the first people to sign up for stuff. And that stuff, all that data we have out there, from your first gym membership or your Blockbuster card,
Somewhere.
that's somewhere out there. And
Somebody's-
it might not be valid. You might be long gone, Rhonda, from 123 Maple Street, or Sunnyvale, California. But that information still says Rhonda Edwards, 1234 Sunnyvale, with your old phone number somewhere, somehow. And that's data and that's information, But when I think about it, we were the ones that willingly did that. Miss Jeanette Allen, you had a question?
I just wanted to comment that I sent that scam that scam text to you. And to
Oh,
me.
you did. I'm going to open this. Oh, you did. Hold on. Share screen.
It was
Thank you.
Yahoo.
And Russ Ewald also had a good one. Let me open this. This would be good before we go. We're almost ready for Tech Jeopardy, folks, where the prizes are double in midsummer. That was Jeanette. Which is your email, Jeanette?
J. Michelle.
What is it, Jeanette?
J. Michelle.
Jay, that's right, Jay. Okay, so this was interesting because this one, it didn't come through. Hold on.
7901.
I have it up if you want me to.
It's a good one. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, that's it. And look, it looks just like the usual one, because I often go into that because.
Question about my trade-in.
Okay, hold on a second, one second, folks. Let me fix this. Okay, so this is, Jeanette got this fraudulent email.
Wow, that looks pretty good, huh?
I am entering my IME.
But look where it's from. Here it says Yahoo, folks, on the upper left. It says Yahoo, but then David at Barnhart Realty Group.
Customer service.
Let's be sneaky. Let's look up Barnhart Reality, see if there's an actual website for that.
Yeah, that could just be somebody bounced it off, that it got
Yeah,
bounced
it's just
off.
bad. Good, exactly the same way. Momscomputer.com. So let me just copy this.
You did what I did.
And I want to do this. You did this?
I got curious too. I don't remember what happened, but yeah, I looked up David Hartley because I was thinking, who in the world would that be? Because that doesn't make sense. Because I looked at it and I accidentally hit something. So it sent it to.
Okay, check this. So you know what this means? Do you
Oh, I
see
didn't go
this?
that far.
Do you see this business? This is probably a legitimate business that got hacked.
I just Googled his name and it was a business, but
I would guess as a tech, doing this, these folks, whoever these folks are, their email got hacked just the same way the rest of ours got hacked. And then the bad people are using their email address to send out these fraudulent emails. So if anybody in our group got hacked, those potential scammers could use your email to send things out like this. Now let's see what happens if I click terms of service. My browser is telling me this is dangerous, so it's smart, but I want to see it anyway.
this came up when accidentally.
Let's visit this unsite. So this site is all code. This is
Yeah.
exactly what Ray was saying. This would have downloaded because this computer, my computer has protections on it. This whole thing would have downloaded on your computer.
Yeah, that's why you do not want to open up.
You see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like stepping on a landmine. Like you just want to avoid it. Like once your foot's on it,
That was a good one, Jeanette.
yeah.
So once you would have clicked on that, they would have got all the info on your computer?
If I would have gone
Well,
that
who
far,
knows what would have happened, but it would probably be bad.
yeah. So then I clicked that. There's no website there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just who knows what. There's various ways that they do things. The particulars don't even really necessarily matter what happens or what's not going to happen. You know,
It's just
Could I
that
say-
it does happen.
you don't even want to open the door, right? Like you don't want to open the door to the knock, you know, at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like just
Could
don't
I
open the
say-
door.
Could I
Russ,
talk?
are you out there? Are you there, Russ Ewald?
Hello?
Are you
Can
there,
anybody-
Russ?
Yes, I'm here.
Russ, you had a good one too, right?
Yes, it was the State Department of Energy or something saying you could get up to 10,000 in savings or discount or something like that. And I've gotten hundreds of them. To
Yeah.
different phone numbers all the time.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes.
Okay, this is Gary. I've been having problems finding my mute. This week I had a problem with McAfee and Norton. And I called the phone company,
Oh,
Yahoo,
okay.
and they couldn't, they told me to, they guided me to my blocked out senders, but it wouldn't come up. When I would click on this, they would say, click the email, and then I'll go up and click, and there's a button next to spam. Like, eventually they said, well, just click spam.
Gary, we're having audio issues with you. I heard the first part of your query.
Okay. I first could not I opened up a McAfee and a Norton virus warning of the subscription was running low. And I kept getting 3 or 4 at a time every day.
Gary, I'm going to stop you just because you know that's a scam. That's a pure 100% unadulterated scam. Fugazi,
Yes.
hustle.
So
Mhm.
I called AT&T to help me, and they couldn't help me. Eventually, I opened one of them, and on my phone, I did not open. I opened it on my desk computer, and I was able to do the unsubscribe. Believe it or not, it worked, and I haven't received anything from them. But I also sent away. I even forwarded them to an address abuse. It was report phishing at antifishing.org.
I recommend, Gary, you don't engage those emails. You send them right to the garbage.
Okay.
Immediately.
Yeah,
I also want you to be so careful with phone numbers you dial. The internet was built to not be able to give a phone number out, to just work online. So 85% of those numbers, Gary, are frauds, and they will get you and start talking to you and be very convincing.
This
You know,
was an email.
It's just right. If you need to contact somebody, you can do it via a direct email, but be very conscious when you engage and you start thinking you're getting somewhere with these scammers, because you're not. It's a maze, Gary. You know, they're
Yeah.
they're professional cons. That's what
I
they
was trying to unsubscribe, but the unsubscribe button would not allow it. It wouldn't unsubscribe.
Gary,
But
the
eventually,
The lesson is
unsubscribe button
the only thing that you need to do.
Yeah.
The only thing you need to do with these things is put the little check next to that clear box in your email and go delete. That's it.
Okay.
Don't follow it down the
Okay.
rabbit hole. Don't make phone calls. Don't like the lesson is like that time that you wasted on that, you'll never get it back.
And remember, Gary,
yeah,
they do this all day.
All day long.
So they know how to play us. I mean, you ever, I'm sure you have somebody in your life that's just exhausting. They could never, just sort of doesn't.
yeah,
You know what I mean? We all have somebody we love like that. And just like, it's like, that's what they do. It's nonstop. And they're going to find their mark, and they might even find you one day if you're just not careful. So don't engage.
Just delete it.
And delete
just delete it.
Yeah. And you know, if you're
Don't try, sometimes they hide it. They hide a script in the unsubscribe button.
That's exactly what unsubscribe
No
button
kidding.
is opposite day. Folks, we
You don't even want to like, again, it's like if you see somebody at a parking lot at 3 o'clock in the morning that's looking a little shady, you're gonna go talk to them.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna go away as quickly as you can. And it's the same with those emails. Just leave them alone.
Just leave them alone. Okay.
Same with the calls too.
I don't know. I the other night I couldn't sleep. I went to the 7-Eleven at Rampart and Third, and it was very friendly in the parking lot. I was lonely. It was nice.
You know what? You might
Right?
randomly find some nice person there, but yeah, just,
All right,
just
folks.
delete.
Okay.
I
Let's
get
go with
spam.
surprises.
I get spam in my email from McAfee.
Yeah,
telling me
that's
that
the
my
biggest. One of the
security-
biggest scams. One of the biggest scams is people pretending that. Look, anytime that you have a company that has like a massive subscriber base, right? Amazon, McAfee, AT&T, LADWP, or whatever, you're going to get people using that as the scam base because there's millions and hundreds of millions of people utilizing that.
What
And
I
it
was
can get
going to
confusing.
say, what I was going to say in my email, I do get things from McAfee saying that my security has expired. When my
Right.
security is not even through them, my
Exactly.
security is through
Yeah.
my landline, and I
Yeah.
do send it to spam.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, folks, let's get to our text. Kingston is running our meeting now. Gloria, do you have something? You have your hand up before we go on to our prizes and our questions?
Yes, I do. There was, when I'm trying to go on a site, it'll say it's unsecured, like HTTP.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What does
that's
that mean?
that's an unsecure website.
That's right. You don't go there.
Try not to go there. That means it's
Ignore
an
that
unsecured site, and that's your browser doing a good job. It's telling you before it, because it sees it. The browser talks to that website. That website has to talk back, and in that talk back contains all that information. So
Wasn't
which is
it in
good.
the beginning? Wasn't it in the beginning? If you wanted to pull up a website, it always started with HTTP/whatever in
Well,
the beginning when they established information to the highway.
Well, long story short, besides because then we would have to describe some things they're complicated but not really necessary. If anyone here sees that, when you click on a link to go somewhere and your browser comes up with that, this is an unsecure site, don't go to that site.
Don't go.
Well, that's different. That's different when it says an unsecured site. But when it started, everything, if you want to pull up something on the internet, always started with HTTP.
Well, it
Still
doesn't
does,
necessarily, you have to see it again.
Now you don't have to use HTTP to pull up what you're looking for.
Right. The search
So
engines
that's
have
all
changed.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It started out with HTTP to pull up stuff.
Hey, let's,
Okay.
you're absolutely right. So if you look here about that insecure website, which is important, I'm just gonna go to mine. That's my website. It will come up as hopefully secure. So there it is. And there's a little lock on there. You can
Yeah.
read about it.
That means
So-
that it's secure.
Now, what makes it secure, here's the business behind it, folks. Everything is money. None of this is like it's telling you it's insecure because they're nice. I have a website, which is a pretty basic website. You can get a book, computer repair, so on and so forth. I have to pay every year for a security ticket on a security certificate for my website. There's a company out there, there's several companies. They scan my website, the website, they say, okay, it's kosher. And then I get my certificate, I get my string of numbers, I can put it in somewhere, and then the internet reads me as being secure. So if a company has built a cart or some commerce, and they're not doing it the right way, people will say this is not secure. They're going to ask you for money, but their way of paying is not secure. So again, that's the bad neighborhood. But anyway, I'm ready for some Tech Jeopardy.